The Quest 2 head strap is always the first accessory I recommend people replace, and my personal favorite is the PSVR M2 Plus. Now, this head strap is not only a halo strap that puts more of the pressure on your forehead rather than putting it directly on your face, around your eyebrows and your cheekbones, but it also has a hot swappable battery pack that can be replaced multiple times during gameplay to give you unlimited gameplay. The Prime Day deal that's going on gives you not only the head strap, but 2 alternate batteries and a dock that can keep them both charged while you're playing. At $72 on a Prime Day sale, that is a huge discount of nearly $50 off of its original price. There will be links in the description and down in the top. Comment if any of you are looking to get these quick while they're on Prime Day sales. An alternate head strap, in case you are someone who thinks you'd rather have a head strap that feels really secure and pulling in on your eyebrows and your cheekbones. That might sound weird to even say that, but for people who do a lot of fitness games or a lot of heavy movement like Gorilla Tag, some people prefer what's called an Elite style strap. And my top pick for Elite style straps is the Kiwi Elite strap. This comes in multiple models. The top end one not only has included headphones, but it also has an included battery pack. My only qualm with this head strap is that battery pack, the way they designed it, if it's not continuously charged or staying charging, it could start to drain your Quest 2 itself once it runs out of battery if you leave it sitting for weeks at a time. They recommend that you unplug it due to that, but that's something to consider here if you are looking at that. There is a PSVR Elite option that is similar to the M2 Plus that I like, that has those alternate batteries as well, so I'll leave links to all those for you to take a look at. Again, the links are down below, help you find it easily. The second thing I always recommend people add to their Quest 2 setup is a good set of controller grips. Now, unfortunately, my favorite ones were the JayBratt Abaca limited edition grips, but the originals that these are based on are still available through Abaca. They allow you to get more immersed in the games because they hold onto your hands, they don't fall off. If you go to let go of something in the game, you can fully open your hand to drop it. They have a nice grip to them, so you're not worried the controllers are going to get slippery or fall if your hands are sweating. They're just peace of mind because you can recharge them automatically through a port on the bottom, so they're always charged and ready to go when you go to play. Now, as far as Prime Day is concerned, these aren't on a Prime Day deal. They are $32. So if you really want to find something on a Prime Day sale, my previous grips that I loved the most were Kiwi top version grips. These made the controllers bigger, just like the Abacas do. They held onto your hands. They weren't rechargeable, but they had a battery door built in, and they're currently just $28 on Prime Day if you want to get those. I'll leave links to both the Abaca grips that are my favorite and the Kiwi version as well, in case you want to get those Prime Day savings. My third recommendation with the Quest 2 setup is replace the facial interface. The stock one that comes was actually recalled. That's why you get the stock one still, but you get a silicone cover to cover that up because it was causing too many people facial irritation. With the silicone cover on there, it's okay, but a lot of people find they fall off over time or they just want to replace it. There's some different options that you can even upgrade your experience with facial interfaces when it comes to a fan that can be added to a facial interface. There's a lot of different fans and different ways they mount up on the Quest 2, but my go-to is the PSVR F2 upgraded fan. What this does is this circulates the air out of the inside of the headset so you don't have as much steam, humidity buildup, and it really helps prevent the lenses from fogging. It's on a Prime Day deal, bringing it from $50 down to just $30. Now, I mentioned earlier in the video, if you were someone who preferred an Elite strap over a Halo strap, there is another facial interface that I use on my exercise headset specifically. That is the KK Cobb VR K2 cooling fan. The difference with this one is instead of pulling the air out, it actually blows the air in, which can help you stay cooler, a little less sweaty, but it can make your eyes get a little drier with that wind constantly blowing in. Important to note here, this one works best with Elite straps only, so if you were someone who decided to opt for the Elite strap we talked about earlier in the video, this one is a good fit for Elite straps. Can make them a little more comfortable with a bit more padding and a bit wider, help distribute that pressure on your face while also giving you this optional fan to blow in when you really are exercising, moving around in a game. That one's also not on Prime Day, but there's a $9 off coupon that can bring that thing all the way down to $27. Lastly, if you're just someone who doesn't want a fan at all, but you do want a better facial interface with better ventilation, the Kiwi Design Fitness facial interface has tons of vents all around it, thicker padding to make it more comfortable, and it's a good option if you don't want to have to worry about charging one more thing. Another really important option to upgrade your immersion is the audio. Now, the Quest 2 does have built-in audio, but if you try any other solutions, you'll quickly realize the Quest 2 audio does not sound amazing at all. As far as different options go, you have ones that are built onto the headset that stay on there full time. You've got wired ones like headphones that you can put on, and then you've got wireless ones. I personally only prefer to either use a built-on or a wireless solution, as I don't really like having to put on, take off headphones all the time. The one I actually use the most is the BoboVR A2, and I still use the original edition that you have to charge up that has built-in equalizer and different audio profiles because it does sound better. Currently, the one that is on Prime Day on sale is the BoboVR A2 Air. I did like these still because of how convenient they were. The sound was better than the Quest 2 sound, but it is still kind of muddy overall. Prime Day deal brings this down to $39 if you're interested in these. These hook on to pretty much any head strap. Everyone I've tried, I've been able to get them on. They stay on all the time, but they are an on-ear solution, so you do get a bit more heat building up around your ears. If you really just want nice, clear audio, Kiwi makes a solution either built onto their head strap I mentioned earlier in the video, or a snap-on one that can fit on other head straps. It does have much clearer, nicer sound. The bass is lacking, but that's pretty much across the board on all Quest 2 audio solutions. So lastly, if you really want to go wireless, there is a set of Soundcore VR P10 wireless earbuds. These, when I first tried them at $100, I wasn't sold on them, but on a Prime Day deal of $56, I would recommend these not only because they're pretty good for the Quest, but because they can be taken for anything else. I actually use my Soundcore headphones more travel on the go and just when I need wireless earbuds than I actually do with the Quest, so it's nice that they can work for your entire life and not just your Quest 2. As we move out of the absolute essential accessories, some of the ones that I recommend as more of a quality of life improvement are charging docks. Now, having a charging dock keeps your Quest in one spot, helps you keep everything charged and ready to go all the time, and some of them can just look really nice, help attract a little more attention to your VR headset for people who come over and see it sitting around. The main one I'm currently using is the Asterion Aura V2. I actually have a custom JayBratt edition one of this. They sent me a couple of, and so I have these sitting around. They glow different colors. The newer one has a faster charging port, so you can keep everything charged up nicely. Although for me personally, I'm only having to charge the controllers there because my BoboVR dock is keeping all my batteries charged, and I just swap them onto the headset, and I never actually charge the headset itself. With the grips that I recommended, it is a bit of a tight fit on the Asterion Aura V2. They will fit in there, but I find I end up just setting the controllers next to it on the desk more often, kind of in the rings that they were on, but not having them stand up in the rings. Especially since I have the magnetic charging cords, having the controllers laying down flat on top is easier to just access those charging ports anyways. So if you want something that is also pretty but can hold the controllers a little better and charge everything simultaneously, for a long time I used the AMVR VR headset charging dock upstairs in my entertainment center for another Quest 2. I liked the look of this one with the RGB base. The way the controllers hung off the sides was nice because it would keep them there, and it accommodated multiple head straps. Again, charging docks are a quality of life piece, but I think it's nice to have a little throne for your VR headset and not have it sitting somewhere gross on the floor or worse. If you're someone who likes to take your Quest 2 on the go, a carrying case can be important, and there's so many options to choose from. The only ones I'm going to recommend here are the ones that can fit all of the accessories I've already listed here, and so it has to be a big one. The over-the-shoulder style bags that I've tested could expand really wide and fit some of the biggest Quest 2 accessory setups that I've ever owned or built or tried to make, so that's the one that I'm ultimately going to recommend here. These bags really surprised me. Even in the original reviews, I couldn't believe they opened up to hold everything, and even with the bigger BoboVR headphones on them, they also fit. If you don't end up with the headphones or you end up using the wireless headphones, there's a BoboVR C2 case that's pretty nice and holds everything, but it is a consideration if you're going to get some sort of audio solution that stays on the headset. It may not fit in there, so it might be better to just get a bigger case that's going to give you more room. Beyond that, there is some random accessories that you could check out depending on what you're using your Quest 2 for. We tried out an AMVR fishing rod that I was really surprised how well it worked with the magnets that attached it for fishing games. For a while, I had the KK Cobb indoor IR illuminator on the headset so that if I was in a darker room, I could just turn that on the side of the headset, and that helped it track even in a dark space. Essentially turned your Quest 2 into a set of night vision goggles, albeit with a very short range as the light wasn't that bright. So there you have it. My setup, my accessories, my top choices. There's a couple other little random bits on here I can leave some links to in case you do get a BoboVR and you want some ears on it or some stickers on the front. It's been years of testing accessories to find the absolute best ones that I love, and I'd love to know in the comments if there's anything out there that you really love or like that you haven't seen me check out, because we still do check out the accessories, although while we're in between the 2 and the 3 here for the Quest, we haven't been seeing as much because there just hasn't been as much cool stuff coming out. But let me know in the comments down below. I hope this helped you get some good deals if it's still Prime Day, but if it's not, I hope this helped you find some accessories that are going to make your VR experience even better. Thank you, and I will see you in another reality.